Hi everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. What we're acknowledging this time of the year, it being April 1st, is that we're actually celebrating this week of April 1st through April 7th. We're actually celebrating Golden Rule Week. And yes, it's special to everybody. It's national, but it's really special to us at Golden Rule for the obvious reasons. Talking about why this week is acknowledged for everybody, it actually is celebrated April 1st through April 7th, is to ponder, retell, and act on the saying that has been around thousands of years. Do you know that form of golden rule that was uttered by the great Chinese Confucius? That makes the rule older than Christianity itself. The Golden Rule generally states that people should do unto others as they want others to do unto them. And what rule can be better depict a loving society than that? I couldn't agree. And it was time when we were picking the name of our company out back in now 2017 in November, and it was to discuss the what was the purpose in our mission. And being in home health and hospice for many years, we definitely realized that this is something that we want to bring that whole philosophy of our years of working in it to that of our new company. And nothing better than what we do for advocating our seniors is to call a golden rule. So that's our story, and we're sticking with it. And a little bit about the history of the Golden Rule. Although it's generally associated with the Bible, given that Christianity is now the world's most popular religion, believe it or not, the Golden Rule dates back many millennia before the Christianity's founder, Jesus Christ. Not only that, but practically the world's religions have proclaimed the law in clear terms or parables. The Golden Rule has been stated by philosophers and great sagas throughout history. Buddha and Confucius, for example, have the versions of their own. Even though the wordings of the rule differ from religion to religion and saga to saga, the integral meaning remains the same. Perhaps that is why was it called Golden Rule. Okay, a little bit about facts, frequently asked questions. Is the Golden Rule a quote? It depends is the answer. If you're a religious person, then according to your belief, the Golden Rule is more than just a quote. It is a commandment. However, if you look at it from the general point of view, it is merely a wise quote saying, although it is a great one. Why should we live by the Golden Rule? Simply because it increases the bond between us, the love we have for each other, and concerns we share with each other and show for each other. And in conclusion, makes the world peaceful, equitable, and a better place. Is the Golden Rule still relevant today? Generally, it should be even into the next century. However, if this question denotes whether it is practiced as it should be, then the answer is no. One man's success largely depends on another's failure. In case of a content, which is what we see in all things today, is that the Golden Rule is thrown into the litter bin. And I can't agree more. I know talking about successes, the Golden Rule should be something that should be part of our everyday living. But with successes of others, you should be celebrating them. You should not denote them or be jealous of them as well too, but celebrate. If that is a dear friend or a family member, you want to actually celebrate with them and empower them and support them to encourage them on. I agree with this also with business. There's a lot of people that have started businesses and don't get the support that they thought that they were going to get from their family members or their friends. Not even sometimes even a simple like on a Facebook quote or like to their page, which is something that is so simple. Testimonials, giving good words about the service or the person that's running the business is part of the golden rule. Testimonials are really important. Why would you not do that for a friend or a family member that starts a business? So I agree with that. It is lacking in today's society, and we just got to make it a better place. And if you start internally makes all the difference in the world. Be happy within your own being, and then that can resonate to the rest of the people that are around you. May they be family, friends, colleagues, business associates, whatever that it may be. 5 interesting facts about empathy, because really the golden rule emphasizes empathy, is having feelings for others, and how you treat them, and that it comes back to you the way you want to be treated. So empathy plays a very big part of it. 1, it is not synonymous with sympathy. People mistake sympathy for empathy and vice versa. I think that is prolific. 2, it is inherent in humans. All humans have the capacity of being empathetic. Quite honest with you, with the way some people are brought up, maybe more empathetic than others, and some have to learn it because they didn't learn it that way, or they kind of veer off to a different direction, what their family beliefs are, or what their family philosophy is. So, yes, it is inherent in humans, but it's something that we have to work on a daily basis. 3, it can be learned. Humans can learn empathy. Like I just said, it's funny that even children learn empathy. While watching my granddaughter this last week, she has a series of books on feelings, and one of them is empathy. It's 8 books, and believe it or not, my little Olive picked that as her favorite book. She, at soon to be 4 years old, has much empathy. I think that's very much learned by her mommy and daddy, and it's something that you care about other people as well too, and she's very conscious of that. So you do learn it from your parents or the people that are around you, or you learn it by default. If those people around you don't have empathy, you don't want to be like them, you make a difference. It is not automatic. Empathy is an automatic feeling in some concerns or connections or contexts. I agree with that as well too. Some people just react differently to other people. They might be empathetic with some people or not empathetic with others. So empathy really plays a big part in our business. I could really relate to our seniors that are needing to be placed, because I've been there with my own parents, and then I've been working with seniors for many years through home health and hospice. So, it's not automatic. It is somewhat learned, but you have to have it in your body and soul to be able to have that. And it's not fake. It's not something that you put on. It's something that is really, really genuine. I say that to my clients all the time. I'm very, very transparent the way we discuss things, because I think not placating or making it rosy is actually talking about it to the greatest detail, because that is with empathy, but it's also being very truthful as well too, and not camouflaging with fakeness. 5, it can be selfish. Empathy and empathizing can be done selfishly. Sometimes people portray themselves of being empathetic for others because of the benefit that they get back from it. Again, the golden rule, what we do is it's our mission and it's our philosophy. Our older generation sometimes is very much neglected by themselves, maybe of their family members, or their friends or any circle that's around them. So if we make a difference in that person's life to have a quality of life, it is our mission. It is not about the monetary gain. It's making somebody happy. I always say that, and sometimes you might see me posting it on Facebook, is that seeing that twinkle of that smile when they're happy, their first week, their first day, their first meal, their first celebration at their new senior living, that means it was done, and it was done correctly, and we made a difference, and that is worth $1 million for sure. Why we love Golden Rule Week. One, it is a virtue. Treating others the way one wants to be treated is a trait everyone really would love to have. Virtues like the Golden Rule should be inherent in us. It should be. Two, it promotes empathy, as we just spoke about. To want for others the way we want for ourselves makes it understandable how people feel about something, some things and some successes and some trials and tribulations. So if we have empathy with it, when we're going through it, we'll have that same circle around us as well. And consequently, we are more considered and considerate to them. I can't say it enough in senior living. When those folks move in, and there's a lot of ambassadors and welcome committees to welcome the new member into the senior living community. I can't say enough about those folks that are living there already, how empathetic that they are. And they know that feeling, how they were welcomed. So now they're parlaying it over to the new resident as being now the ambassador. It increases love. When we find out neighbors means well for us, they do for themselves as they do for themselves, we tend to have more and love them more, and vice versa. This will assist in the development of a healthy and loving relationship with them. A lot of people call a circle of friends as being large. And one thing I learned from a dear friend of mine, Linda Kingery, I'm going to mention you again. And in a friendship, it is not only about giving, it's also about receiving. So it does increase your love and the strength of your friendship. And that's definitely what the Golden Rule is built on, because you're treating somebody the way you want to be treated. And guess what? That is definitely embodied about being a friend and a good family member as well too. The Golden Week activities that I think would be a great idea for you to share with others is start by wishing others well. Change that pessimistic wish for people and turn a new leaf. Wish well for others as you would for yourself. This comes to play just recently while my husband and I were just eating lunch in the recent Chick-fil-A, and my son-in-law tells me I talk to the wall and I get answers, but I'll talk to anybody. And the lovely ladies that were sitting at the next table to us, it was a mother and daughter. Her name was Maria. The mother and the daughter was Nia. Hi, Maria. Hi, Nia. Just talking with each other and enjoying our lunch together was something that was really special. And just opening yourself up by a smile and saying hello to somebody now created a friendship. And I'm looking forward to having lunch with Maria and Nia real soon. We had a great conversation, as did my husband, with those lovely ladies. So, wishing well, maybe somebody's touch makes all the difference in the world. A hug, remember, has many benefits. By giving a hug, you receive a hug. That's a great way of acting this week for Golden Rule Week, is give hugs out. Sometimes somebody's really needing it. A smile or saying, bless you, have a good day. To a veteran, thank you for your service. Makes all the difference in the world, not only in your day, but for their day as well. Practice the Golden Rule quite often. Don't just chant the golden rule and point it out towards other people. Practice it with genuineness. Actions that will help you become a better person. We only have a short term time on this earth, and by living by the golden rule makes our life so much more enriched and embodied and really actually priceless. Making a difference and practicing the golden rule on a daily basis makes all the difference in the world. Like I said, not only your day, but the other's day. So it makes you a better person, holding the door for somebody, saying hello to somebody, tapping somebody and say, hi, I got this for you. I'll pick that up for you and bring it to your car. Practice. It takes us to be a better person, but practice does make perfect. 3, change your mindset. If you're the type that relishes seeing others in anguish, change. Change your mindset and wish for others the happiness you want for yourself. I can't say much more about this than as of recent, the times that we're under, and seeing people going through trials and tribulations. You should not be in awe of that. You should be supportive. And that's more time than any other time, is to lend a hand, a good word, and prayers for that person. It's changing your mindset. And if it is something that you cannot work upon, or that person is not on the receiving end, is very much, if you tried it so many times, then maybe it's time to move on. So changing your mindset makes all the difference in the world. Like I said, we're here for a very short period of time. And how I parlay this over to our business at Golden Rule is, I love our seniors. I grew up with my grandparents and around older folks for most of my childhood. And it's a respect that I've learned that I parlayed over to our children. And I see it actually in our granddaughter very, very, very nicely done at 4 years old. Respect. In order to give it, in order to receive it, you have to give it. You've heard me say that a couple of times. So that's what the Golden Rule is all about. So again, thank you for partaking in this celebration of Golden Rule Week with us at Golden Rule Senior Placement Services. And I always lead you to my website, which is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find the contact information to get in touch with me, my demographics, testimonials, my bio, various options, resources, and a whole library of all our video talks over the last 7 years. Before I go, I want to say that the month of April has a lot of celebrations, and one that's dear to my heart also is Occupational Therapy Month for the month of April. Being my daughter is an occupational therapist, this even parlays over to my personal life as well. And the topic we're going to talk about for Occupational Therapy Month is, what is occupational therapy, ADLs, which is activities of daily living, and how does this service support your senior loved ones? So to no further ado, have a blessed week, live by the Golden Rule. Thank you for viewing Golden Rule, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we talk about occupational therapy. Bye-bye now. Thank you for being my blessing. Bye-bye.